Hi, I'm Jim, and today I'm going to try to put together an 1879 model Reichsrevolver, the cavalry model. I broke it down a couple days ago. We had put through a number of black powder rounds, so it's pretty grimy. So this is it, pretty well broken down. And these are the tools that I used. It looks like I was using a 7/32 wrench and a 5/32. Other than that, it's just pretty standard screwdrivers I'm working on. So I'm going to get at it. Put my glasses on. One thing I forgot to take off was the loading gate. You can see it's just a single screw, so you remove that screw. The only trick to putting it back on, I found, I've had it apart once before, so wish me luck getting it back together. But you kind of install the gate in the position. You have to push it down to get the spring out of the way, and then you can just put the screw in. So pretty straightforward. So what I'm going to start with is putting the trigger back on and the trigger components. So I just set that on there. And then this is the cylinder lock stop. Again, it just sets on pretty straightforward. I'll put that on first because it gets in the way. Pretty straightforward. That seems to work okay. This only goes on one way because of the way that it's cut. Is this the proper way? It appears it may be. So you just set it. Try it this way. Okay. Well, this way looks right. It's only going to go on, but it should just push right on. Yeah, there we go. You push that on. So that's in there pretty good. The thing I had the most difficulty was putting in this spring, as I recall. So I'm just going to use some pliers, squish it, set it in this time. It just pushes in real nice. So now I need to put this flat spring on. As I recall, it was this smaller hex nut. So I'll put it on. And then you're not going to see much here, but I'm going to try to get this screw started. As I say, I've had this apart recently. I cleaned it up before I took it out shooting. I do have a video shooting it. So all these screws are nice and easy to put in and out. It seems to be working just fine. So next I'll put in the trigger, or the hammer I should say. The hammer, you gotta watch this little guy. He likes to go in the wrong spot. So get the trigger out of the way, and it just falls right on. So that's real nice. Actually doing pretty well. Now we'll put on the mainspring, so it just flips right on there. Then we need to attach the screw, which is the other square-headed one. So get that in there. going in real well. So I'm no gunsmith. I'm just a guy that bought a Reichsrevolver, wanted to go shoot it. So I wanted to get it nice and lubricated, make sure everything worked well. I couldn't find a video on anybody taking them down, putting them back together. So I figured it would have been nice to have. It turns out it's a pretty simple gun. I was able to figure it out, I think, the right way. But as I say, a video would have been nice to have. So consider this entertainment because I'm no gunsmith. But it seems to be working well. We put, you know, roughly 50 rounds through it. And it worked well. So we just set our little plate on the side. Put in our screws. I like to start them all, run them most of the way in, and then I'll snug them all up. So I have my 12-year-old colleague doing the filming for us today, so thank you, Jakey. And now, some of these don't, you know, there's different styles. This is what keeps the cylinder pin in place, but on this one, you just screw it in. So as you get close, I pull it up, trying to avoid scratching my frame. So to activate it, you just lower it down. You lift up and lower it down. So that's ready to go. Flip it over, open up, drop your cylinder in, you can close it back, and then this pin should just push right in. And it does. And we lift up, rotate as we lift. So that's going pretty well. And we'll set our grips in place. Tighten our grip screw, and we have a cavalry model Reichsrevolver ready to go to the range. As Jakey points out, I took the safety lever off, so it mounts to the side plate. But you can see mine is broke, so the detent won't stick, so I was afraid when I was shooting it might rotate. So I'm just going to leave it off until I get a part welded back on. But it stays permanently attached normally to the side plate, so it won't affect the disassembly one way or the other. Other than that, hope it helped out. Enjoy. Let's keep shooting these old relics.